Canberra.
Why wouldn't you live here? It's the greatest place in the country.
Breakfast with Dan Borsha on ABC Radio Canberra.
And on a beautiful start to the day like this, where better to be than on the lake? I tell you what, I think that would be pretty glorious, and I wouldn't mind being down there myself. That's exactly where Iona Rennie is, ABC Canberra producer and reporter, who's here with us now. And a very good morning to you. Tell me, how's it going down there at the lake?
Good morning, Dan. We've just left the banks of the Lake Burley Griffin. I'm aboard the Dragons Abreast, and I'm crew member number 10. And we're moving at quite the pace, I must say, but it's such a wonderful scene out here. The sun is just glorious. There's not a cloud in the sky. And I'm watching as all Canberrans are taking part in different morning activities. We've got runners who are running along the banks of Lake Burley Griffin. There are kayaks and canoers who are taking part in all sorts of water sports. And really, it's just a fantastic opportunity to be out here seeing Canberra at this time of day.
Yeah, we don't often get to see that because we're usually in the studio at this time. And tell me, what are you doing with Dragons Abreast there? What's happening with them?
Well, right now we're in the middle of warm-ups. So it's quite a steady pace. Everyone's with their partner. And I'm sitting next to Joan White, who is one of the paddlers up on the Dragons Abreast. And so we do a number of warm-ups before we begin the race, where we set out to hit our PBs, personal bests, around the Lake Burley Griffin.
Yeah, wonderful. And how's she going this morning? How's the warm-up?
Joan, how has the warm-up started?
Oh, we're going fine this morning, yes, thank you.
So, for everyone out there, can you tell us a little bit about what dragon boating is all about?
Okay, well, we're in a boat with that takes 20 people, and we're sitting in pairs, and we each have a paddle. And when we're doing racing, we have a dragon's head on the front and a tail on the back, and that's what we do for regattas. And this particular crew is Dragons Abreast, and we're all breast cancer survivors. And over 20 years ago, it was the idea that breast cancer people who'd had surgery should not be doing any exercise, but there was a very brave doctor in Canada who went against that and got 20 people in a dragon boat, and since then it's exploded worldwide. And just recently we were in Florence with 4,000 breast cancer survivors all paddling from all over the world. And we find it really good exercise, really good fun, and it's also good to be in a group of people who've been through the same situation as you have when you've had breast cancer. It kind of changes your life in a way, and it's good to be with people who can talk about it and know what you've been through, and having great exercise at the same time.
Yeah, I can only imagine how powerful it's been to be able to share this experience together. How important has that been, forming these relationships?
It is very important. It's really important to be with people who understand and have got the same interest in keeping fit and being well. And
we're just switching to zigzag now, Dan.
I can hear in the background.
So Joan's just resetting her paddle.
So what is zigzag?
Zigzag, from what I can tell, is a faster pace of stroke. Everyone's still very much in unison. It's very important that you stay in step with your partner, but I can feel actually that the motion of the boat has changed. It's a little bit more jagged, it's a bit rockier, and we're currently moving past the National Museum of Australia, which colours are really coming to light this morning.
Wonderful. And so what happens when you get to the race? Just to round us out, tell us what happens to round out this morning.
So, Joan, can you tell me a little bit about what it will be like when we set off on the race?
Well, we're actually, we don't have anyone else to race with here this morning, but we'll be doing our race pace and paddling as though we were in a race. What we're doing at the moment is zigzag, where you can see that we're paddling alternately. On the front bench, the person on the right, the second bench, the person on the left, and then we change over so that people are getting a rest, so they're not paddling all the time.
Right, outstanding, Joan White. Many thanks to you, and Iona will touch base with you a little later on as you're out and about
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Dan.
Many thanks. Iona Rennie, ABC Canberra producer and reporter there down at Lake Burley Griffin with those paddlers for Dragons Abreast this morning and checking out, well, how many Canberrans are starting their day on what is quite a glorious morning indeed.